Hello, listeners. Welcome to The Measured Pencil.
Hello.
I'm Stephen Murray. I'm here with pencil expert Wes Nelson, and we're here on a Saturday.
Dun, da, 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 da. That's the Saturday theme music.
Yes. And why are we here on a Saturday, Wes?
Because it's not Friday. I have no idea. Why are we here, Stephen?
It's our 1-year anniversary of the podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
OMG.
We made it to 1 year. Who would have thought?
No one. They all doubted us. They all said we couldn't do it. They actively told us to stop. They told us to leave. They said, "Sir, this is an Arby's. Please get out of here." And I said, "Show me the lead.
Nice.
Show me the meats. Show me the mechanical pencils.
We have the leads.
We have the leads."
Now, listeners, I promise we're not going to do every minor milestone, but 1 year's pretty big.
That's pretty huge.
It's pretty huge. We're also cooking up a very exciting 100th episode that's coming up as well.
Whoa, 100.
But I wanted to take a moment here to reflect on a year, kind of do a little. We haven't really interviewed each other on that level.
Oh my gosh.
So I want to just start out and say, Wes,
Yes.
why are we doing this podcast?
Why?
This was your idea.
I think it was your idea.
No, it was not my idea.
That'd be funny if we just realized in this moment that neither one of us wanted to be doing this. Oh, you don't want to do this either?
Oh, I guess we could stop then.
No, I wanted to do a podcast, and I feel like we each were calling each other's bluffs. And like I would say something like, "I want to do a podcast," and you're like, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh, he agreed. I better like think of something." And then you were like, "Well, what do we do about?" And I don't know, we kind of went back and forth. And I just kind of said mechanical pencils, and you were like, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're doing this then." Is that how you remember it, Stephen?
Kind of, yeah. I was very excited about mechanical pencils because I feel so many people are like, "Oh yeah, well, like I want to do film reviews, or I want to do the backstage of this, or talk politics." Like nobody's doing mechanical pencils. No. So I was so excited about that idea. I never thought I'd be on mic.
No.
I thought this was going to be all you and I would just produce it.
Yeah.
But it has just been an absolute delight to sit here and talk back and forth about these with you.
It's so much fun. It's such a cool outlet. It's such a unique thing to do. It's nice to have this outlet to talk about something that, where in your life, in your day-to-day life, do you find an opportunity to talk about something so niche and so unique? It's like when you read a book, but you're the only one that's read that book, and you want to talk about it with somebody, unless you're in a book club, but just like, oh yeah, that kind of moment, that opportunity to share and like connect with somebody, it just passes right by, unless you find somebody who's read it. And usually in that moment, it's pretty impossible unless you I try to badger people into reading the same book as me, or even like with the show, or like, it's like that moment on a Monday after watching football all Sunday where you rehash the game or something like that. But it's like with mechanical pencils, who the hell are you going to talk to about mechanical pencils? I'm very passionate about them, and it's nice to have an outlet for all of that noise in my head. And it's really awesome to have somebody that shares that and can go back and forth and not give me a look like, what the heck are you talking about? Or like, what are you, who cares? But it's a weird niche thing, and it's very fun. It's very interesting. And who would have thought? I thought we were going to run out of pencils months ago.
Yeah.
But we haven't, and we still and we aren't. Like, we got a lot in the pipeline.
Looking back over the past year, what have been some things that have come up that have surprised you or been totally unexpected in where this has gone?
I thought that there would be more activity or more involvement or more engagement from the subreddit. I had a couple encounters with people there, and they were fine, but I kind of quickly realized that what I was looking for there, I wasn't going to find, and so I pulled way back. And to be fair, they may have really gotten engaged or not. I mean, it's just a collection of people. It's not like this singular group that's meeting and deciding things. But so that kind of surprised me. I thought we would have more fans there, and maybe we do. I have no idea, but I quickly realized how sensitive, not that was a surprise to me, but I'm very sensitive, and I have very thin skin, and even honest criticism or even just edits or just notes, I take very personally. So I kind of quickly disengaged from that and wasn't seeking it out anymore because I was ready to spend a lot of time having a conversation with somebody who may not even really care, but I was treating it like they were criticizing my infant child or something like that. So that surprised me. I guess it didn't really surprise me, but it's the cliche. It's what everyone talks about. Like, and now I'm going to compare myself to a movie star, but they always say like, don't read, or like an actor or actress, like don't read the reviews, don't read the online stuff. And that's very true. And I even found that on such a minor scale. Yeah, that was surprising. Were you surprised by how many pencils there are out there?
I'm not surprised by how many pencils there are out there. I think I am surprised a year in how many different kinds of pencils there are.
Yeah.
And how we're not bored by them.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely a part early on where I was like, oh, we're just going to review 100 pencils that look like graph gears.
Yeah.
And then we started finding body knocks and all these weird novelty pencils and just all this different stuff. It's the whole variety of what's out there has been cool.
Yeah.
And both old and new, I think that's been fun too, kind of looking at where the pencils have been and where they are now. It's very different in some levels.
There is a whole untapped world of retro and vintage stuff that we have barely scratched the surface on. And I don't know if we will, we might. I don't know. Some of that the barrier seems to be price, but who knows? We might stumble into something. But there's a ton of history too. Like we were toying around with that idea about that ship.
Yeah.
And like that pencil that was on there. So there's probably some really cool stuff that I can't wait to sort of discover and talk about. What have you learned about yourself?
Oh, geez.
Along the way?
That has been quite the discovery for me. I did not realize, this is going to sound so cheesy, but how much pens and pencils have been a part of my identity.
Oh, yeah.
And how just like they're almost like a watch or a piece of jewelry to me.
Yeah.
Where they're a constant companion. I always have one, and it's intentional. I just don't grab whatever pen or pencil's there. What's in my bag is specific. How that has been woven. We just did recently the rebroadcast of the Parker episodes. I had memories there that I had forgotten about until I touched this pencil.
I was just going to say that visceral moment when you like a memory was unlocked by handling that pencil was crazy.
It was bizarre, but just wild. So yeah, for me, it's been very personal, and it's been kind of fun. And, and it's also been interesting sharing the pencils with my kids.
Oh yeah.
Because Nora really likes that Tombow.
Yep.
I was setting up for today's recording session, and I unrolled my quiver, and Sean came up and he's like, oh, these are new. And I have a whole page here where he tried all the pencils that he hasn't touched before.
Awesome.
And he noticed that the Zebra Z-Grip, which is coming up, he noticed that A, that was new, and B, there was 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
And so he says, I want the green one.
Oh,
and
nice.
He got the green one. And he just went on a trip today, and he took it with him.
Oh.
Which is just super cool.
Yeah.
And I'm trying very hard to let him like his things and encourage that.
Yeah.
And this is like not at all a slam against my parents. They didn't say like you should like this or like that. But I also looked up to my parents and based a lot of my decisions on what they liked as well.
Right.
So I'm trying to be aware of that. And, there's no way out of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to be influenced by stuff, but, trying to get him liking his own stuff too.
Yeah.
He asked for the art line blocks, and I said, no, I'm going to keep it. But his kid eyes were like, this is colorful. I want that.
That's awesome. What was the most exciting moment for you in the last year?
In regards to the show or in my life?
Either one. Both?
In my life, I think it's been some of the travel we've done.
Yeah.
We went on a cruise to the Bahamas and went to L.A. And both of those were really cool. Travel's become really important to me because it's, you know, it's horizon expanding, and it's really fun to watch my kids as they're doing that too.
Yeah.
I think just this whole project has been exciting. Producing and editing at this level has been something like I've wanted to do, but you also have to have a reason to do it.
Yes.
You can't, like, yeah, I could have done all this years ago and had a collection of episodes that I only play for myself on something obscure and stupid, but
Yeah.
but having to work through stuff and figure it out and problem solve on the go. Some of the bigger interviews we've had and the editing that's gone into that has been really rewarding.
Yeah.
What about you?
The Tory carpentry pencil episode was so good. That's the one I always point to, and I'm bragging about the show to people to unsuspecting people who I'm trying to push the show on. I'm like, you got to check that out, that episode. It's so good. That's kind of where I want to explore more of that area. That area is really exciting.
We're trying. We're getting there.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because what I realize is that episode's so good, and that's going to be hard to mimic or do another version of that. So it actually gives me a lot of respect for like NPR and shows that are able to do it on a more regular basis. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Do you want to know what my favorite episode is?
What's that?
My favorite episode is your essay on privilege.
Oh, man.
I think that's really cool. You really nailed the story. And I think it's also universal in that we can all relate to it in some form or another.
Yeah, that kind of just came out of nowhere. I was surprised by that. And to this day, I have not forgotten to put my suite address on everything now because I don't want that to happen again.
So I got some numbers here.
Uh-oh.
This is our 93rd episode.
Holy crap.
We've reviewed 74 pencils.
Jeez.
And that's across 39 brands.
What? 39?
39.
I swear getting into this, I thought there was like 4.
Right?
I'm blown away by that. 39.
And we still have some new brands coming up.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
There's a lot to look forward to.
I believe we call that a tease in the industry, Stephen.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us for a year.
It's been quite a ride.
It has.
I love that you guys are on this journey with us.
I'm very grateful that you're here with us. This has been so cool. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Keep listening. We love you. Catch us on the upcoming week of The Measured Pencil.
Goodbye.
This was The Measured Pencil with Wes Nelson and Stephen Murray. Theme song and additional music composed and performed by Josh Baumgartner. Additional production support by Two Desk Productions. If you want to see what the pencils look like, please follow us on Instagram at The Measured Pencil. If you'd like to share your pencil story, please record a short audio file, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, and email it to us at themeasuredpencil@gmail.com. Or, if you'd like us to review your favorite pencil, please email us with the name, and it might appear on a future episode. Thanks for listening.